I'm not live on Rumble. I'm here. Good evening, everyone. I am in a hotel room because I went camping last night in single digit temperatures and it really, really sucked. So tonight we got a hotel room. But we're going to be talking about something today that's very interesting. I actually saw the rumors last night. Sebastian Gorka dropped a rumor that Kash Patel was going to be named director of the ATF. And I thought that it was BS. But it turns out Kash Patel is going to be the acting director of the ATF. So let's go ahead and talk about what that means. The first thing is an acting director is not a permanent position. So it doesn't need to go through Congress. He does not have to be confirmed as the ATF director if he's acting ATF. Now, here's definitely an interesting thing, right? He can be acting ATF director for however long he wants, and hopefully for the whole entire term. Because let's talk about Kash Patel's stance on guns. Kash Patel, who now is director of the ATF, no, director of the FBI, and acting director of the ATF, is a no compromise type of guy. In fact, during his confirmation hearing for FBI director, one of the issues that kept on coming up is his connection to Gun Owners of America. And you know where Gun Owners of America stands. And I actually met Cash over the summer. I met him down in Tennessee. He spoke at Goals. He attended Goals. He is totally no compromise. In fact, Congress tried to get him to say, "You don't think that the right to bear arms cover machine guns, do you?" And he was like, "I'm not going to answer that because I know that you're looking for a soundbite. So I'm not going to give you the soundbite because I believe that he believes that machine guns are protected by the Second Amendment." Kash Patel is a disruptor. He's going to disrupt the FBI. And while he's acting head of the ATF, he is 100% going to smash everything at the ATF. Because here's the thing, Cash is a gun guy, like a truly legit Second Amendment supporter. He's a GOA guy. So taking that, this is probably the best news we can have as gun owners. A true new compromise guy running the ATF. Brady, Giffords, Everytown, Moms Demand Action, March for Our Lives, Ceasefire, all those gun groups right now are probably crying themselves to sleep. They're checking under their beds. You know what they're checking under their beds for? They're checking under their beds for Kash Patel because all this stuff that's going on in the ATF is over. And think about it. They just fired Pamela Hicks, who is a huge ally to all those anti-gun organizations, and she was the top lawyer for the ATF. She is gone, and now Kash Patel is the acting director of the ATF and director of the FBI. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how much chaos it's going to pursue? It's going to be freaking glorious, people. It's going to be glorious. This is the guy running the ATF. Now, I'm kind of conflicted by it, to tell you the truth. I've had so many battles with the heads of the ATF, and the heads of the ATF have never liked me. Um, the de facto ATF guy right now, Marvin Richardson, he really doesn't like me. So that is definitely interesting. Yeah, Cash is the boogeyman be under their beds because Marvin Richardson didn't like me. Dettelbach definitely didn't like me. Uh, Regina Lombardo didn't like me. But now we have Cash in there, so I'm kind of confused. I've been doing battle with the head of the ATF for so long, for so many years. Now, what's going on? Oh, I got a question here. This 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 is the raccoons. Does this mean you're all gonna get help for CRS out? Just I was just asking. I think our chances have increased. There's stuff going on behind the scenes that don't really want to talk. I really can't talk about honestly. But yeah, there's stuff going behind the scenes that is going to That is going to play out here, probably sooner than later. So we just have to wait. There's a lot of irons in that fire, and hopefully our boy will be out. Our boys, uh, Matt, Justin, and Tate. But we'll see what happens here. Uh, People will always ask about Dexter Taylor. That's a state charge. Don't really have any pull in New York, unfortunately. With Hochul in there, Loretta James, it's not hard. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not hopeful for Dexter Taylor, but there's more hope for the other guys or other boys. Could we see 922R repealed? Yeah, I mean, I think that could happen. 922R is interesting because no one's ever been prosecuted for violating 922R at all. None. Zero. Absolute done. So that's one of the reasons why we really can't be challenged in court too much, because you need to show a an actual threat, and right now there's no actual threat. House of Lamar asks, any updates on SCOTUS taking up the assault weapons ban? Snopes, I believe that what you're talking about is supposed to go to conference on Friday. It could have went to conference. We won't know. Or we should know something on Monday, whether it went to conference or not, or whether they bounced it, or if they gonna deny cert, grant cert, whatever. So we'll know more on Monday. But it's a possibility that it did go to conference. We just don't know at this point. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Any news on Vanderstock? Are they just going to withdraw the rule, or is the Supreme Court going to release their decision? They could withdraw the rule. If the Supreme Court does grant a decision, it won't be. We won't see it until end of the spring, beginning of the summer. We're not going to see it like in the next couple of weeks. If the feds are changing now, I want Pam Bondi and Cash to go after the legislators, governors, and attorney generals for violating our Second Amendment rights and harboring illegals. Well, that's from Warsaw Patriot, and that would be nice. I don't see it happening though. So, yeah, I don't see that happening. Dexter Taylor can be freed if the Supreme Court rules Vanderstock. If the ATF, okay, that is not exactly true. Dexter Taylor got hemmed up on state charges. There is a law in New York that bans privately manufactured firearms. So the Vanderstock case deals with the ATF rules on frames and receivers. The Vanderstock case doesn't touch the New York state law. So that's not going to help Dexter, unfortunately. Yeah, the active, yeah, that is Tate. This definitely can help him out. He's one of the people I'm advocating for behind the scenes. Tate is definitely one of the people that I'm advocating for. We'll see what happens. What would be better, AFT getting rid of their rules or allowing them to work their way through the courts? Well, either way, it's not going to really matter, because think about it this way: they're not challenging the constitutionality of the rules. What they're challenging is the violation of the APA. They're saying they're trying to use legislative fiat to make a rule. So either way, if they win, the rule goes away. But it doesn't really touch the constitutionality of banning privately manufactured firearms. If the ATF withdraws the rule, it goes away too. So it doesn't really matter in this case, because it's an APA violation. It's not a Second Amendment case. It's an APA case, and a lot of people get that mixed up. Is that these cases like Vanderstock and all are constitutional cases? They're not. They're not. They're being argued on APA violations, so it's not going to really help. Um, okay, let's see here. Here we go. Let's see here. How come bolt action AR uppers are not FFL receivers, but 50 action receivers AR uppers? Is that something that somebody needs to bring? That they're reach out to Walter Safety Harbor Firearms. I'm not gonna throw anything out there, but there might be some action coming on there. How about the illegal storage of 4473s? What you're talking about is, oh, back in 2019, I was doing a story, doing some research. Walmart was turning over a bunch of 4473s, and I figured it out. I was looking into that, then I was like, wait a minute, they're storing them all in Martinsburg and they're scanning them. And then a letter from Congress, GOA got involved in the letter from Congress, said that there was a billion 4473 records that were digitized and nearly a billion in Martinsburg. So yeah, there's actually a bill to have those destroyed. It's in the out of business office. Hopefully that goes through and destroys. Hopefully Cash orders their destruction. That would be awesome. Um, let's see here. I don't know the percentage of ATF resources getting sent down to the border. I know there's a bunch of them getting sent down to the border, but I don't have the exact. This means the ATF will stop harassing FRTs. Hopefully, hopefully, Cash puts a stop to it. I know Pam Hicks, the old attorney, had a huge problem with FRTs, but now she's gone. She was fired. From what I'm hearing, she was asked to resign. She refused to resign, so they fired her. Ed Bender with the super sticker. Thank you so much, Ed. I appreciate it. 4473s are done by the FBI, but when a gun store goes out of business, those 4473s get sent to the ATF's out of business office, and that is what is being digitized. So the FBI, they approve or deny, but the actual 4473s, when somebody goes out of business, they ship it to the ATF. So there you go. They may be digitized, but they're unsearchable. Yeah, I'm sure they are. They're stored in the PDF format. And here's the thing: you can turn on OCR, which is optical character recognition, in 2 clicks. I did it live on a stream one time. It took about 15 seconds, and then you get a searchable database. Remember, we're just one false flag away from FRT legislation. They can okay. Can the FBI, ATF, or DOJ pressure states like California and New York about the restrictive laws? That would be more of the DOJ there doing that, and they can. I don't know if they will be successful or not. Could we see some NFA items be removed from the list, like SBRs, SBSs, and suppressors? Not directly from the ATF. That would have to be a law, because you can remember those are listed in the NFA. So there would have to be like the Shush Act or the HPA to remove them off the NFA. So yeah, so that is one of the things. Is the FBI going to absorb the ATF? I don't believe so. I mean, that could be a possibility that they do observe, like absorb it, but I don't know. I don't think it. Yeah. Safety Harbor Firearms amnesty. I think what he's talking about is they can still open up an amnesty period for machine guns. And Walter, if they do that, you're making me a Sten. Just saying. Just saying. I'll be drilling a lot of third holes. I'll tell you that right now. if they have an amnesty. But yeah, that's a possibility. They could do that. Will they? Don't know. Don't think so. But that is a possibility that they could do that. All right, guys. Just wanted to. Dark is going to have a show over in Rumble, DLD After Dark, in a couple minutes. Just wanted to make a quick video to let you know that I didn't make a video last night because I wasn't sure, but now like everyone's reporting it, so it looks like it is. ATF taxes is not punishment division. They've had that confused for a minute. They do. All right, one more question. Should we take into account the Georgia Guidestone said about doing away with useless officials? The Georgia Guidestone. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. But yeah, that's it for now. I will see you guys later, and bye bye.